first speaker is sharing what she learned in her researching and presenting project for the Presentation Mastery Pathway. Stephanie has spent the last 5 months researching and experimenting with her son and is excited to share what she's learned with us today. Please welcome Stephanie with her speech, A Radical Experiment. A Radical Experiment, Stephanie.
In April of this last year, my son and I started an experiment. It was a radical endeavor, and for you to make it through this speech without squirming out of your chair, you're going to need to allow yourself to be open-minded, especially if you're a parent. My son Leo is 8 years old. He is bright, highly verbal, and incredibly imaginative. He is in constant motion and, of course, loves video games. He reads upside down and draws standing on chairs with his butt up in the air. If he were in school, I'm pretty sure he'd be labeled by now. But I knew that I would be homeschooling before Leo was even born, and it has proven to be the right decision for my very active child. There are a lot of ways to homeschool, and there are a lot of reasons that people choose to take responsibility for their child's education. Some of the most popular reasons, according to the National Home Education Research Institute, are the ability to customize the learning experience to the individual child, accomplishing more academics than you could in school, enhancing the family relationships between parent and child, and teaching a particular set of values or beliefs that may differ from the school system. Not surprisingly, there has been a huge spike in the last 18 months of people choosing to homeschool for health and safety reasons. It's literally doubled from 2.5 million homeschooling families to 5 million in 2021. For me, homeschooling is about connecting with my son, enjoying every stage of his development, and sending him into the world with the life skills he needs to be a successful, compassionate adult. And it's not easy. Like most kids, he'd rather be playing video games, and there are definitely some attention and hyperactive things going on. But you're probably wondering what the experiment was. I began researching the next phase of our homeschool journey back in April, when I got fed up with our homeschool battles, and we decided to try unschooling. I'm going to share with you today what unschooling is, what it's not, and the results of our experiment. Unschooling means fostering a lifelong love of learning by allowing the child to guide the learning journey. It means abandoning the industrialist mentality of following a one-size-fits-all curriculum and trusting the child's natural curiosity as a guide. Our world has moved beyond the industrial age. Jobs that require repetitive factory work of putting the widget in the gidget are done more efficiently by robots. Humans are left to do human work, create, connect, and make complex decisions. Our current educational system is designed under that outdated industrial model. Many homeschoolers, and pretty much all unschoolers, choose to focus on developing those human skills rather than fostering industrial age compliance. I dove into understanding unschooling mainly through the work of Pam Laricchia. She's a longtime unschooler with 3 grown children and has a podcast where she talks to tons of unschooling families. She has a blog site and has also written several books. Pam is what's referred to as a radical unschooler. In radical unschooling, bear with me, the child makes their own decisions about everything: learning, screen time, bedtime, snacks, candy, all of it. So if they want to play Minecraft all day, you let them play Minecraft all day. If you're a parent, your skin is probably crawling like mine was. But the more I learned, the more I understood how it could work. Radical unschooling is not neglect. It's living with the child, helping them make decisions, helping them explore and learn about the things they love. It's diving deep with them into Minecraft, following the trail from playing the game to navigating online social interactions, to learning how to code, and wherever else their inspiration takes them. Radical unschooling requires a highly intelligent, engaged, caring parent that will non-judgmentally help their child follow their passions, allowing them to carve their own way. It's about saying yes and getting messy and letting the child learn by experiencing life. Not life in a classroom, but real life. As adults, we aren't force-fed learning. We explore what interests us, find like-minded people, ask questions, and go where our motivations take us. In unschooling, that's what you guide your child to do. Stories from grown-up unschoolers show that they are responsible, passionate, hardworking adults. They love their jobs, even if it's just fast food, because they grew up being taught they had a choice. College professors love them because they actually care about the learning. They move through the world inspired, creative, and quite well adjusted. Through my research, I came to the conclusion that unschooling is a beautiful idea that works for many families. Through experimentation, I learned that my very left brain child needs more structure than that. As we enter a new learning year, a lot of how we move through our day would be very familiar to unschoolers, but we have a schedule and there is some structured learning. The key thing for us is that Leo is an active part of the planning and adapting of our homeschool journey. We work together, and because of that, he's starting to develop the metacognition to understand and recognize when he needs external support, meaning me, the parent, telling him what to do, and also learning the ability to make decisions for himself that are healthy and appropriate. In the end, our relationship has high levels of trust that wouldn't be there if we didn't approach it as a partnership. The most important outcome of my exploration was deepening my understanding of how important it is for parents to be actively engaged with their children. If we're willing to be patient and truly listen, they will tell us what they need. Kids are smart like that. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. What a highly topical and relevant speech during this pandemic when a lot of families have been either forced into homeschooling or thought, hey, maybe I should try this out. And I like how you told us about this, you led up to something, and I thought you were going to conclude with, so this is the way it should be done. And you surprised us with, so I tried it, and it's not 100% what we need, but it's one tool in the toolbox, one arrow in the quiver. So thank you very much. I'll leave the rest of the evaluating to Steve later on.